In Benin, a new industrial park is taking shape that aims to be a model for local manufacturing while also reducing global emissions. Although still under construction, Arise IIP's Glo-Djigbe Industrial Zone, GDIZ, is already processing cashew nuts and making clothes for Western markets. Making finished products is new to Benin, Africa's largest raw cotton exporter, and is providing jobs to locals like Marlene Kezik-Lunom.
I am especially happy in this environment. It was no ordinary thing, since we're used to tailoring as a cottage industry here. I was always interested in tailoring, so it was a goal of mine to get involved when the park opened.
Economists say industrial parks will shape Africa's future as it pivots from the export of raw materials and import of finished products to local production. If the continent can develop its own manufacturing, that means more money for African economies and lower prices for end consumers. GDIZ says processing raw materials at home is also good for the planet.
The raw cashew is processed here, and instead of that going to Vietnam and then back to the European market and American market to be sold to the consumers, that alone is allowing us to reduce the carbon footprint. Then you take cotton, same thing.
The World Bank says international shipping accounts for 3% of global greenhouse gas emissions that are fueling climate change. Activists agree that cutting shipments of African raw materials for overseas processing would help reduce the damage. Faik Abbasov is with Transport and Environment, a campaign group shaping the European Union's green policy.
We tend to produce raw materials in one country, transport it to another to process them, and then ship them to a third country to sell the final products. If we can get to an economy where raw materials are processed closer to the extraction points, we can cut down quite a lot of unnecessary emissions.
While the overall impact of reduced shipping is a fraction of global emissions, supporters say African manufacturing still has a role to play in the fight against climate change. Henry Wilkins for VOA News, Djigbe, Benin.